Listen, life will knock you down. The world will pull you in 100 different directions. But at the end of the day, when the noise is gone and the lights are out, there's one truth that never changes: faith, purpose, direction. Now some of you are searching, you're chasing peace in money, in status, in success. But peace, real peace, it's not in what you collect. It's in what you connect with, and that's why I'm here to tell you, come behind to Islam. Not as a slogan, not as a call to rules, but as a call to life, to meaning, to standing firm when storms hit, to walking a straight path when the world wants you lost. See, Islam isn't about losing yourself, it's about finding yourself, finding discipline, finding balance, finding God. And brothers, sisters, once you find that, you'll walk taller, you'll see clearer, and you'll know exactly where you're going. So today, let's talk about the journey back, the journey home, the journey to Islam. Faith is not weakness, it is power. When a man truly understands what faith means, it transforms his life from the inside out. The world often teaches us that strength comes from muscles, from money, from positions of power. But the truth is, those things fade. Strength that lasts comes from within, and that inner strength is built when your heart is anchored in something unshakable. Islam gives that anchor. When you have faith in Allah, you are not tossed around by the storms of life. You don't break down when trials hit, because you know every test has meaning, every hardship has purpose, and every breath you take is part of a divine plan. That kind of faith builds resilience, a resilience that no man-made system can give you. Faith in Islam is not blind. It is living, breathing, and guiding. It teaches you to stand firm when everyone else is wavering. It makes you walk tall when the world tries to pull you low. Think about it. When you rise for prayer in the quiet hours of dawn, when the world is asleep, you are training your spirit to rise above laziness, fear, and weakness. That act itself is power. Fasting in Ramadan is not just hunger and thirst. It is discipline, it is strength. It is proof that you can master your desires rather than letting them master you. Faith builds this inner armor that no bullet, no insult, no storm can pierce. A man without faith is like a ship without a compass. He drifts, he collides, he gets lost in the endless sea of temptation. But a man with faith in Islam has direction, has guidance, has purpose. He doesn't live for the applause of men. He lives for the approval of his Creator. That makes him unshakable. People may laugh, people may criticize, people may even try to break him, but his faith keeps him grounded like a mountain, unmoved by the winds around it. When you choose faith, you choose power. The kind of power that doesn't just lift you up, but lifts up those around you. Because when a man of faith walks into a room, people feel it. They sense his calm, his discipline, his clarity. That's the energy of faith. Islam gives you this strength not just to survive, but to rise, to inspire, and to lead. And that's why faith in Islam is not weakness. It is the greatest power you will ever carry. Discipline is often misunderstood as something that limits you. But in reality, discipline is the very thing that sets you free. When a person lives without boundaries, chasing every desire and every temptation, he becomes a prisoner of his own impulses. He thinks he's free, but in truth, he's shackled by his appetites. Islam teaches that discipline is not a burden, but a form of liberation. Through prayer, fasting, charity, and self-control, a believer learns to master his mind and body rather than being mastered by them. That mastery is where true freedom begins. When you stand to pray 5 times a day, it is not just a ritual. It is discipline in action. You are teaching yourself that no matter how busy, no matter how distracted. You will pause and turn your heart toward Allah. That rhythm of discipline builds consistency, and consistency builds character. Fasting in Ramadan is another example. You go without food, water, and comfort for hours, but you do it willingly and with purpose. That experience shows you that you are stronger than your cravings, that you can push through difficulty, and that your soul is greater than your stomach. What kind of freedom is greater than the freedom to say no to yourself? Without discipline, life becomes chaotic. People chase money, fame, or pleasures, but none of it gives lasting satisfaction because there are no limits, no structure. Islam provides that structure. It says, here is the path, here are the boundaries, walk within them, and you will not only find peace but also strength. It's like a river. Water without banks spills everywhere, making a mess. Water with strong banks flows with power and direction. Discipline is those banks, giving your life purpose and force. And discipline doesn't just benefit the individual. It strengthens families, communities, and societies. A disciplined man is trustworthy, dependable, and balanced. His children learn from his example, his friends respect him, and his community thrives because of his stability. That is why Islam emphasizes discipline so strongly, because it is not just about controlling yourself, it is about building a better world. So, the next time someone thinks of discipline as chains, remember this. The man who controls his desires is the man who is truly free. And in Islam, discipline is not about taking away your joy. It is about giving you the power to live with clarity, dignity, and strength. Peace is something every human being is searching for, but most people look for it in the wrong places. The world tells you peace comes from wealth, from luxury, from status, or from relationships, but those things only give temporary comfort. As soon as they slip away, and they always do, the emptiness returns. True peace is not found in possessions, it is found in surrender. In Islam, peace comes from handing over your fears, your struggles, and your desires to the one who created you. When you stop fighting against the flow of life and submit to Allah's will, you discover a calmness that nothing else can provide. Think about it, the word Islam itself comes from the root word that means both submission and peace. This is not a coincidence. You cannot have peace if you are constantly at war with your own soul, chasing what is harmful or resisting what is right. Surrendering to Allah does not weaken you. It relieves you. It takes away the burden of pretending you control everything and reminds you that the one who holds the universe is guiding your life. That realization alone lifts a heavy weight off the heart. When you bow your head in prayer, you are literally placing your forehead, the highest point of your body, on the ground in humility. That act itself brings peace because it reminds you that you don't have to carry the world alone. You hand it back to the one who already owns it. That moment of surrender connects you to a peace that money cannot buy and success cannot guarantee. Even in times of hardship, when life feels unbearable, surrender keeps you steady. You don't collapse under pressure because you know Allah has a plan, and with every hardship there is ease. This peace spreads beyond the individual. A person at peace with Allah is at peace with himself, and a person at peace with himself is at peace with others. Families, communities, even nations are healed when people live with this inner surrender. That is why Islam is not just a personal faith. It is a way of life that radiates peace outward. So if you are searching for calm in a restless world, if you are tired of chasing happiness only to be disappointed, know this: Peace is not outside of you, it is inside of you, waiting for the moment you surrender to Allah. One of the most beautiful gifts that Islam gives to humanity is brotherhood and unity. In a world divided by race, wealth, politics, and ego, Islam brings people together under one banner, La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah. This statement erases all false divisions and makes us one family, no matter where we come from or what we look like. When a Muslim stands in prayer beside his brother, shoulder to shoulder, there is no rich or poor, no king or servant, no black or white. Only believers standing equal before their Creator. That equality builds unity, and unity builds strength. Brotherhood in Islam is not just a word, it is lived every single day. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that a Muslim is like a building, each brick supporting the other. He compared us to one body. If one part is in pain, the whole body feels it. This is not just poetry, it is a reality we are called to live by. When you care for your brother's needs, when you share his burdens, when you celebrate his joys, you create a bond that cannot be broken by the world's divisions. That bond is what makes Islam not only a faith, but a community. Unity is power. A single stick can be snapped easily, but when sticks are tied together, they cannot be broken. This is why Islam emphasizes unity, because disunity weakens us, but brotherhood strengthens us. History shows that when Muslims stood together, they achieved greatness, but when they became divided, they fell. Unity is not just a lesson of the past, it is a necessity for today. In times of confusion, corruption, and conflict, the only way to rise is to come together as one ummah, one community with one purpose. And brotherhood extends beyond words of love. It is shown through action. Feeding the hungry, visiting the sick, protecting the weak, and forgiving one another are acts that turn faith into unity. Islam does not want us to just pray together. It wants us to live together in kindness, respect, and compassion. That unity creates peace within families, strength within societies, and dignity for the whole ummah. When a Muslim truly understands the value of his brother, he does not harm him, betray him, or abandon him. Instead, he lifts him up, because lifting your brother is lifting yourself. That is the power of brotherhood in Islam, a bond that the world cannot break. No matter how far a person has gone, no matter how many mistakes he has made, the door of Allah's mercy is always open. This is one of the most comforting truths in Islam. It is never too late to return. Human beings are not perfect. We stumble, we fall, we make choices we regret. But unlike the world, which often condemns and refuses to forgive, Allah never shuts his door on the one who seeks him sincerely. That door of forgiveness and hope is open day and night, waiting for anyone willing to take the step back. The journey behind to Islam is not about shame or punishment. It is about redemption, healing, and beginning again with a clean slate. Think about the weight that guilt places on the heart. Many people carry years of mistakes, thinking they are too dirty, too sinful, too broken to come back. But Allah, in His infinite mercy, tells us in the Quran that He forgives all sins for the one who repents. That means no sin is too big, no past too dark, no person too far gone. The world may label you by your past, but Islam offers you a new identity, a servant of Allah, forgiven and renewed. This is not just hope, It is a lifeline for anyone who feels lost. The journey back requires humility, but humility is not weakness. It takes courage to admit you need change. It takes strength to bow down and ask for forgiveness. And it takes faith to believe you can be transformed. Every prayer, every tear, every sincere word of repentance is counted, and every small step you take toward Allah is met by His greater step toward you. That is the beauty of returning. You are not walking alone. And the beauty of Islam is that it does not just forgive, it uplifts. The moment you turn back, your past mistakes can become a source of wisdom. Your pain can become your strength, and your scars can become reminders of Allah's mercy. You can inspire others who are lost by showing them that no matter how far they've gone, they too can return. The journey behind is always open, and every soul has the chance to write a new chapter. So if you feel distant, if you feel unworthy, remember this. Allah is closer than you think, and His mercy is greater than your mistakes. The door is open. Step through it and find the peace you've been searching for.